Well, good morning. I'm doing my last, I don't know, 6.5, 7 miles into Cascade Locks this morning. Hang out and get ready to get shuttled north around the fire to White Pass. I'll head north to Stevens Pass, and that's where I'll have to get off and shuttle around another fire. That's going to be, I don't know exactly, but it's well over 100 miles though in there, so it'll be probably a week and a half of hiking, something like that. See you in Cascade Locks. I keep walking and there keep being more cool features. Well, I probably only walked 4.5 to 5 of the miles I needed to get into town, and ran across this parking area and had trash and bathrooms with like running water and everything. So look back at my map, and sure enough, I'll just be walking on this road, and then I think a bike path or something the rest of the way into town. So done with the hard part. Just have maybe, I don't know, 1.5 miles or something. Still walking next to this creek. I assume this is still Eagle Creek. What an amazing trail that was. That first bit, I don't think I even videoed because it was so steep, but when I very first got off the PCT yesterday and went down, it was very steep anyway. And I don't envy the southbounders who have to go up that. But anyway, once I got down though, the trail was really pretty moderate, and just boy, that deep canyon with the creek. I mean, there were places where, you know, it was easily a couple 100 feet deep, maybe more, I don't know, but beautiful falls, and now it's still here. Anyway, so I'll get into town and have some breakfast. Man, trains are cool. They sure seem old school though. Well, this is the Bridge of the Gods, which is actually the PCT. So you come out over there normally if there wasn't a fire. You walk across the Bridge of the Gods to the other side, head up into Washington. That's Washington over there. This is Oregon right here. Problem is, PCT's closed over there. So I'm gonna get shuttled around 100 miles north or whatever, 80 miles north to jump on later today, hopefully. Well, this hiking stuff, the logistics, make you pull your hair out sometimes. So this is what my day's been like. I got in here super early. The guy that was supposed to drive us to, well, I got in here super early. I had breakfast. Then I immediately contacted the guy who was supposed to drive us to where we're going to get dropped off, a bunch of miles, like 3 hours away from here. And he said he's not here yet. He'll be here, later in the afternoon. So great. So then I took a bus into Hood River, where they have some outfitters, and I went there to try to get tips for my poles. My trekking poles are messed up. Wasted a whole bunch of time there, and they didn't have what I needed, but I got something to patch it up, so at least I won't do more damage to the poles. Some rubber tips. Anyway, and then I had to go to Walmart, get some tent stakes and a little knife and scissors for Tiger Lily. Then came back here, ate something while still having contact with this guy. He says he's contacted him about 3 hours ago, about 2 hours ago. He said he's close. He's almost here. And now he's just ghosted me entirely. So, yeah, no idea, whether that'll come through. But what I'm going to do actually is take a bus. That's what I'm doing, sitting in a little bus waiting place, little bus bench. I'm going to take a bus to the Portland airport and stay in an Econo Lodge there. And, well, I have to take a bus to the transit center in Portland. Then I have to take 3 other buses to get to the Econo Lodge. That ought to be good. I'm horrible at buses. I don't understand the whole system, and I can't figure things out, seems like. So I have to do that. It's about 5:15 right now. I should be to the Econo Lodge around 7:45 maybe. I have to walk 2/10 of a mile once they drop me off to get to the Econo Lodge. Anyway, I'll stay there. Then I gotta figure it out. There's a bunch of directions that I haven't looked closely at, but I think there's like an Amtrak that you can take to Centralia, another little town. From there you can take a bus to Morton, or maybe it's the other way around, but anyway. And then once you get there, you have to just try to hitch to basically to Packwood, the little town of Packwood, or to the trailhead, or whatever. So we'll worry about that tomorrow because it's too late today. These are my friends. My girlfriend and I, we met them last year on the PCT.
Oh yeah?
Right when they first started. They didn't really know anybody, and they couldn't speak English at all. We sat in a restaurant and did a translate thing together, and then they just walked by just now, and I just saw them for the first time. It was like so cool. Yeah, really neat. Well, we've been driving up here with our trail angel Sergio. It's like a 3 or 4 hour drive. We've been driving past lakes and through the mountains and stopping to take some pictures of cool stuff. So here's one more thing. There's Sergio and Tiger Lily. Cool waterfall we see. Good morning. Finally out here in the wilderness. Got here and set up the tent right on this spot. Got to bed about 11 o'clock last night. The road is like just probably a few hundred feet that way. So we didn't get anywhere, just pulled in and crashed out. But now I'll be heading south for 40 miles to get to the Potato Hill area that we tried to get to with Sergio, our trail angel, yesterday. We're just gonna hike all the way to it and then turn around and start hiking north back up here to White Pass, and then beyond. So a little bit different strategy now in Washington. Oh, it's very cool out and feels very wet. The forest is super dense compared to what Oregon was like. We'll see if that stays the same or not. All right, so first day hiking in Washington. It is chilly. Not horrible, but it's, might be 45. It is wet. It rained last night a little bit, kind of just a misting rain for quite a while. So all the plants are wet, but the ground's not very wet, just moist, damp. Plants are definitely all wet enough to be getting me wet as I walk by them, brush against them. Of course, I've already said heading southbound. So take a day and a half or whatever to get to Potato Hill, to this road that we were trying to get to yesterday. And then I'll turn around, come back at day and a half or, 2 days or whatever it ends up being. But this is very much the way Northern Oregon was. The trees are very similar. The plant life and stuff, there's still a bunch of huckleberries around. So what I expect, but I could be totally wrong, is that it will be much more like this that you see here, though, and probably less of, the burned out sections and less of the sort of desert-like areas than there were in Oregon. But well, that is yet to be seen, so we'll find out together. I forgot to mention, today is my birthday. So I am 55 years old now. And I don't know, with this whole, vagabond look, no shaving and stuff, I'm not sure that I even look as young as 55. But trust me, when I'm clean shaven, you can't see all the gray in the beard. I definitely look, 39-ish. Just trust me. My first Washington Vista. It's been a good climb, as you can hear, I'm sure. I think I'm getting close to the top. Got a little ski lift out there. Well, you can just see the chair and some of the lines maybe. There's a really large elk up there. Big antlers. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, it just took off. Beautiful. It was just right up here to the right of me. And I scared it up, and you couldn't really see what it was, but you just see the color of its skin and its fur. And I mean, it just trampled. It sounds like a herd of horses. Boom, 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 boom. And then it was sitting right out front there. And there's an incredible view out there if you could just see through the clouds. Well, I've been going through this area for quite a while now. I think this whole area is called Goat Rocks. And, you know, gorgeous views for all around. And they just keep blowing in and blowing out. I mean, like you could see perfectly over there 2 minutes ago. Now you could not see hardly anything. And lots and lots of exposed sections. You know, like that. Knife edges and kind of walking on gravel and loose stuff. And it's a little bit stressful. Fun. You want to be very deliberate with everything, that's for sure. It's another little section. Well, it's about 30 minutes later, and every time we go up over some crazy thing, then next thing we know, we got another one. But this looks like we do not go up the crazy thing for once. First time today. Pacific Crest Trail, this way. Hallelujah. Don't worry, there's another crazy thing like 200 feet up here, trust me. There always is. I've been walking these rocks now for quite a while. And we're coming to our second snow field we have to cross. So, okay. Here we go. I gotta put the camera away. Found our tent site for the night. Good night. Good morning. We had a good night's sleep, and it was dry all night long. Clear skies, and then this morning, right when we were getting ready to get out of the tent, it started to sprinkle, but it didn't rain for long. But it is a little chilly, so we've got our rain gear on just to keep the wind and cold off of us. So pretty out here. We tented just right up over there. And yesterday we had all that craziness, lots of elevation and exposure and up high in the snow and everything. Today we expect looks like it'll be a little more moderate. We've still got a lot of hills and stuff, but not quite that crazy. And by the end of the day, we should be close, you know, within a couple miles or whatever of our kind of southern destination where the fire closure is, and we'll have to turn around and come back and do all this again. At least that's the plan. There is actually an option for kind of bailing out at this lake that's down there and seeing if there are any people at the campground that would take us back into town or something. But, you know, I don't think we're going to do that, but we could do that. We're not sure. And we'll be hiking towards, kind of towards Mount Adams there. Big, beautiful mountain. And first thing we have to do is go get some water. A neat little waterfall up there. And then beautiful valley. Wow. That's where we're ultimately heading. We got to go. You can see our trail over there. But ultimately we'll be getting down to that creek. Or over to that creek. Getting some water this morning. Let's continue to be a beautiful morning. Our concern is that this hiking for the last couple of days has been really exposed. Isn't that gorgeous out there? And that's not an issue, except that there's supposed to be rain, you know, potential for several days, and only one day I think it said maybe thunderstorm possibilities, and we're not even sure which day that was. So you know, we don't want to get caught out here in a place like this. Thunderstorms for sure. Beautiful little tent site down there. Next to a beautiful little pond. This is where we were kind of shooting for maybe today to tent. But we're going to go past that. And there's another spot a mile ahead, which we thought we might shoot for as well. But we've already decided we're going to pass that. And there's one 2 miles after that, which is 3 miles from here. And we are going to stay there for sure. And that will make 22 miles for the day, which is awesome. And it's only like, not even sure, maybe it's 4 o'clock right now. So by the time we get there, it'll be, you know, before 5:30 probably. So that's good. We will be very, very close to the road, the dirt road where the PCT is closed off on the south end for the fire. So that means what we'll do tomorrow morning is we'll get up, we'll hike uphill, whatever it is, 2 or 3 miles to that road. We'll do a little dance because celebrate we're done with that part. And then we'll turn around, we'll hike the whole thing back. Unless there happens to be some magical person at the end of the road there, because the road's actually open, that road. There's somebody there that's like, hey, would you like a ride into town? Well, we might take that. But that's not going to happen. Here's the next beautiful lake that we are skipping, tenting at tonight. All right, we found our perfect little spot for the night. Got all set up. Even had a couple of little stumps to sit on to eat dinner. And if you listen closely, you might be able to hear some thunder. There were supposed to be thunderstorms today or tomorrow, and it sounds like they're coming tonight. But we're hoping maybe we just get some good rain tonight, and then tomorrow we don't really have to worry about it. But that's not usually how it works.